India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi laid out some ambitious targets for the country at the COP26 climate summit being held in Glasgow. The biggest pledge is to make India achieve net zero carbon emissions by 2070. This gives India 10 more years than China and 20 more than the United States to fulfill a promise considered a core milestone of climate pledges. Other notable promises focused on increasing India's clean energy. One, to increase its non-fossil energy capacity from India's current 450 gigawatts to 500 gigawatts by 2030. And second, a promise to meet 50% of India's energy requirements by 2030. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi also promised to reduce India's total projected carbon emissions by 1 billion tons from now to 2030. And to reduce the carbon intensity of its economy by less than 45%. In its existing target, India had promised to reduce its emissions intensity by 33 to 35% by 2030.
भारत 2030 तक अपनी नॉन फोसिल एनर्जी कैपेसिटी को 500 गीगावाट तक पहुंचाएगा। दूसरा, भारत 2030 तक अपनी 50% एनर्जी रिक्वायरमेंट्स रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी से पूरी करेगा। तीसरा, भारत अब से लेकर 2030 तक के कुल प्रोजेक्टेड कार्बन एमिशन में 1 बिलियन टन की कमी करेगा। चौथा, 2030 तक भारत अपनी अर्थव्यवस्था की कार्बन इंटेंसिटी को 45% से भी कम करेगा। और पांचवा, वर्ष 2070 तक भारत नेट जीरो का लक्ष्य हासिल करेगा।
As you heard, the biggest promise was the net zero emissions target, a global demand from India since it was the only G20 country not to have announced a target until now. Achieving net zero means a country will only produce that much greenhouse gases that the atmosphere can offset naturally. Experts see it as a critical measure to successfully tackle climate change. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also defended India's timeline to achieve its net zero target, saying India has been sticking to its pledges in spirit and letter. He noted that the country contains 17% of the world's population and was responsible for only 5% of the global emissions. Prime Minister Modi also targeted the failure of the developed countries to deliver its promise by providing $100 billion to poorer nations every year from 2020. He said that the promises made on climate finance have been proved to have become hollow and asked the developed countries to commit $1 trillion every year. The Prime Minister also called for a global push to adopt sustainable lifestyles instead of a mindless and destructive consumption. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.